Sugar Africa here, and today we're going to be talking about another video. So, this thing has been flipping the internet up, down, left, and right. It is about South Africans, it's about white South Africans moving to the US. So, for many years, white South Africans emigrated to the US for safety, opportunity. They've made their claims. They said that they're feeling prejudiced and, racism and violence against them in South Africa, and that's why they located to the US. Now, we know the South African president, he came out to say, what racism, what he basically said, what violence are you people experiencing? Like, oh, we can't see the violence. Basically asking for evidence, like, show me where this thing is happening that you say it is, that you're moving to the US for, because relocating your whole life, this gonna be a serious issue. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. Now, the reason that I'm here today is, by the way, this was happening around 10 months ago. Like, for decades, like we said, over the years, 10 months ago was a little more trending. But right now, the reason why I'm talking about is because they're moving back to South Africa. As in, Reuters came out with an article and they said thousands are returning. Even though the US government claims they're being persecuted in South Africa, thousands are returning. See, this is what people are talking about today. Why are you coming back to South Africa? Why are, like, wait, because I'm actually going to start laughing. At this point, it's not a joke, because if you're going to say that you're experiencing racism, you're experiencing violence, you're fearing for your safety, all these things that you're claiming is happening to you, why are you coming back? Like, can you not stay where you went to go? Oh, they're coming back. They're coming back because the US is quite dangerous. Like, you finally realize, like, the US is dangerous. And you know the difference with black people saying that they're going through something, there's actually evidence to support it. Why Africans, where were your evidence? Why South Africans, where was the evidence? Because if you was experiencing something so harshly, why did you go back? Like, for Trump, Daddy Trump saved the day. Daddy Trump made you guys get to the US, quick, speedy process. Like, you didn't have to wait the years that everybody else was waiting. You got a speedy process into the US. Well, here you are moving back. Now, I don't know if it was a fake prejudice that you was going through. Like, what's so bad about America? I thought that's where Daddy Trump was. You guys was making posters saying thank you, and now you're heading back. It's not making sense. And you know what I find quite interesting, ladies and gentlemen? The reason they left in the first place is because it's because of the apartheid getting lifted, right? The political power that they once had was fading. That's why you decided to leave. Bear in mind, South Africa is originally what? For black South Africans, originally anyway. So you put your own laws into that, separated the two groups. You had more power, political influence, media influence, all these kind of influences over South Africa. And now that started to get lifted in the 1990s. You're starting to feel the effects. That's why you left. Let's be real. It just turns out US is not, it's not really it's not your spec. It just turns out that the US is not really your spec, is it? Oh, you do like that power that you was receiving, didn't you? Well, guys, let's react to some videos. I wanted to play some so we can have a little chat about it. Let's see what they're saying.
White South Africans that were pretty much the only people Donald Trump has let into the country since his administration took over are returning home. They came to the United States because they said they were being persecuted in their home country, and now they're going back because they say nobody is meant to live the way you have to live in the United States. It's too expensive and it's too violent. They say, look, we're leaving the US to return home because I don't want to live in a place like this. That article goes on to claim that they didn't want to live in places where people are getting shot in broad daylight and where things cost 10 times more than they should. See, for the people in the US, these things are normal, but for the rest of the world, it's not. We are not a safe country. We are not the greatest country in the world, and we're not a country that actually takes care of its citizens. So these white South Africans that came here because they were persecuted, that Donald Trump welcomed to fanfare are now going home because things were better there than they are in the United States.
And it's so funny as well that this video is telling us this because people like to act, well, Trump supporters, they love to act like Trump is just a savior. Even some Nigerians, I'm sorry, I'm just saying it because I'm Nigerian, but some Nigerians, you people act like Trump is a savior. USA is the most amazing country. It's not. Are we watching the same things online? Like, it's not as great as it seems. So the persecution, and let me tell you, when you say you're persecuted, right? You're actually supposed to have evidence that you're persecuted. I made this point before, but I need to make it again. You actually have to have evidence because if we look at the word persecution and we look at examples of what that is, you can see, for example, slavery was persecution. I know a lot of you don't want to hear it, a lot of you don't like to bring it up, but I'm going to say it today because that is what persecution looks like. You didn't have no persecution in South Africa. You didn't. You were just getting the same rights as black South Africans. Like, wake it up, say how it is. Say how it is. And another point I want to make, as for the Nigerians who love Daddy Trump, who won't open mouth for Daddy Trump, where are you now? Show me where you are. Show me where you are. Because was it not Trump who came out and said that Christians were suffering in Nigeria? Did he not say that Christians were suffering in Nigeria? Because I remember it. And as he said that, how many of you have made it into the US? How many people have successfully applied to move to the US, gone through all the legal processes very smoothly, the way white South Africans have been able to do? Bear in mind, like I said before, where is the persecution? I've still not seen the persecution. But the persecution that they said is happening in Nigeria. Oh, Nigerian government need to do this. As well, they should. Nigerian government, they're even lacking in that department. But Trump came out to specifically say they're being targeted in Nigeria. Christians are being targeted in Nigeria. So why are you not saving them? Why have you not come to save them? Why have they not got the same treatment these white South Africans have? 4,500 of them a month. A month. Bear in mind, there's a cap of 7,500 refugees in the world per year. Yeah, 4,500 white South Africans are coming to the US since October 2025. What is going on? Like, even Americans, I'm even mad at Americans. This guy is actually like, he's actually making decisions. Like, he has the final say. Like, why is this guy in the office? And not to add, but the Nicki Minaj fans, right, who said that the reason why Nicki Minaj was doing what she did was to speak up for Nigerian Christians suffering in Nigeria. Where are you? Where are you? Because as we can see, they're not really being helped, are they? Like they aren't really being helped. Like, where's the help? You sent soldiers into Nigeria to stop it, but you let white South Africans come to America to seek refuge. Is it clicking in anybody's head? Because it's not clicking in mine. I'm not understanding it. But that's just the point I wanted to make. Thank you guys for watching the video and subscribe for more.